Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. First, Simone Biles apologizes to Riley Gaines after attacking her over comments about a transgender athlete. Simone Biles backing down from a social media fight. It's shocking. It's almost like she has a pattern of stepping away when things get tough. If you don't remember, she walked away from the Tokyo Olympics. That joke is not going to make sense unless you know that. And you know what? You never should explain your jokes. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay. Then, anti-ICE protesters in New York blocked traffic and mocked a black mother begging to get to work. Because nothing says social justice like a latte-fueled trust fund baby stopping a mom from making rent. Next, Katy Perry rants that illegal immigrants are being hunted in their ancestral homeland of Los Angeles. Apparently, Katy believes if you have brown skin in Los Angeles, you're automatically undocumented. It's nice to see that celebrities are keeping racial stereotypes alive and well. And finally, Jimmy Kimmel says there are no riots in Los Angeles, just peaceful protests. He's right. If you ignore the flames, the screaming, and the police in riot gear, it's basically a yoga retreat. Okay, let's dive in. Olympic gymnast Simone Biles apologized to Riley Gaines after calling her truly sick and a sore loser in retaliation for Gaines criticizing a girls' softball team led by a transgender athlete that won their state championship. Biles also tagged Gaines in a post on X where she said this: "Bully someone your own size," which would ironically be a male. So Simone is not above body shaming, which is wild considering she used to hide her arms under sweaters because people called her a swoldier. I'm glad she's realized that body shaming is hilarious. Yesterday, Biles decided to backtrack with this apology. "I've always believed competitive equity and inclusivity are both essential in sport. The current system doesn't adequately balance these important principles, which often leads to frustration and heated exchanges. And it didn't help for me to get personal with Riley, which I apologize for. These are sensitive, complicated issues that I truly don't have the answers or solutions to, but I believe it starts with empathy and respect. I was not advocating for policies that compromise fairness in women's sports." Biles says that she doesn't have answers to complex issues. Well, we already knew that from the Tokyo Olympics, where her answer to pressure was, "I quit." Simone lecturing anyone on competition is like a lifeguard who left the pool because the water was too emotional. In New York City, anti-ICE protesters who were blocking traffic mocked a black mother who asked them to move so she could get to work. In the beginning of the clip, the protesters are saying that they are here for the children, and the mom asks, "What about her children?"
I know, and these people are having their children taken, and their parents. What about my kids? Today,
look at this.
That's what happens to my kids. I can't help it. This is what. But you can if you could just move off the van. You're not going to. How is this a peaceful protest?
The protesters are here for the children. Now, they're not their children. These are hypothetical and imaginary children that no one has ever seen before. So obviously, they are more important than the real children that this mom has in her car.
How do you all as white people feel about stopping a black woman from going to work?
Oh no, not work. I can't.
Did that white guy in a man bun just make fun of this mom for needing to get to work? How awesome is that guy? Bravely blocking traffic while his parents Venmo him $800 for protest snacks. Katy Perry decided to enlighten all of us on what's going on in Los Angeles. She posted this: "Los Angeles has lived under 3 flags, Spain, Mexico, and the United States. That land has seen border shifts, power change hands, and yet the people, especially the brown and indigenous people, have always been there, planting roots, building lives, raising families. And now, in 2025, the descendants of those same communities are being hunted like criminals in their own ancestral home." Let's give Katy a break. From space, it's hard to tell where Mexico ends and the United States begins. Katy's anger might be less about illegal immigration and more about the fact that Orlando Bloom finally realized she's still in orbit. Seriously, can't you see someone about ready to light a Molotov cocktail and their buddy says, "Hey, Katy Perry agrees with us," and he's like, "Wait a minute, what? Maybe President Trump is right." In his monologue, late-night host Jimmy Kimmel assured his audience there's no riots outside in Los Angeles.
We have a full house tonight, as we always do here at our studio in Hollywood, which might be surprising for those of you in other parts of the country who have been watching cable news and believe this city is some kind of totalitarian hellscape right now. It most certainly is not.
Wait a minute. Did Jimmy Kimmel get funny again? Because that sarcasm was on point. Jimmy Kimmel says that LA isn't a hellscape. Right. It's just a scenic blend of arson, masked rioters, looters, and emergency curfews. Cities always impose mandatory curfews when things are peaceful.
Los Angelinos have been gathering to demonstrate, and with very few exceptions, peacefully demonstrate to voice their opposition to this disgusting and unnecessary abuse of power instigated by our mentally ill president.
Yep, just some folks peacefully throwing bricks, peacefully lighting fires, and peacefully yelling in officers' faces. That is super zen. And mentally ill president? This is after Biden, so Kimmel being able to keep a straight face, that is commitment to the bit.
There are no mobs, there's no violent insurrection. There are Americans who are upset, marching to protect their neighbors.
Marching to protect their neighbors? They were looting Apple stores and sushi restaurants. I guess their neighbors just really needed a new iPhone and a plate of spicy tuna rolls. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.